So this is really good, man. You've been getting some good lessons on the light. I love the light. I want to run to the light. I want the light shining. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Why am I working so hard to bring this word to you? Because there's enough voices out there. There's even enough voices of preachers and ministries that do not preach this kind of message. You need to be hearing good news. Good news. It is the gospel. It is the good news that has the power to change your life and nothing else. Nothing else. And if you believe that anything else is needed other than the gospel, you're deceived. You're believing an untruth. Paul said, if anyone is preaching anything other than the good news that I am telling you, he says that message is cursed. That's what he said. Okay, let's keep on rocking. Rocking and rolling right through the book of Ephesians. Okay. And it says the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness. And we were looking that this is the fruit. The Amplified actually says in that verse 10, we covered that last time. Let's just go ahead and read this. Verse 8, for you were once in darkness, but now you're in the light of the Lord. Walk as children of light. For what's the fruit of that light? Basically, the next verse says what the fruit of that light is. For the fruit of the Spirit, or that light, is in all goodness. That goodness is basically doing kind acts. Righteousness, that's having an upright heart. You're doing things right. You're literally doing things right. You don't want to be dishonest to people. You don't want to hurt people. You don't want to steal from people. You don't want to beat people down. You want to browbeat them and find fault. You just have this upright heart. You are strenuous to do things right. And then it says, and finding out what is acceptable, righteousness and truth. And truth means that basically you're without contradiction. You're basically a true Christian. You are basically literally like a true example of what this should be. That's the way you're supposed to be as a Christian. And that's what you do if you're an imitator of God. And it says, and finding out what is acceptable to the Lord. Well, that's part of the life. Now look at this. Your part of what you should be doing as a Christian is right here in verse 10. You should be seeking the Lord. You should be finding out what's acceptable. You just don't sit here and pick whatever church you want to go to and go to it. You just don't sit here and pick whatever jobs. You should be actually going to the Lord. He's got a plan for you. You should be finding out what's it. Say, Lord, is this acceptable to you? Should I take this job? Man, this job makes a lot more money. I'd have to move an hour away, but this job where I have to move 2 states away. But man, this job's a lot more money. You're going to be led by the money. You're going to find out what's acceptable to the Lord. Because the life of faith is way more prosperous than anything else you can live in, because the life of faith just doesn't affect your finances. It affects your whole life. That's why it's called the life of faith, because it affects your whole life. Faith will affect your whole life. And we need to find out. We need to live in a manner where we are finding out what is acceptable to the Lord.